What's good, YouTube? This your man Spiel Dog. I think that fight with Fundora will let us know if Errol still got his heart in boxing or not. That's the only way we're gonna be able to see is when him get in the ring. And Fundora will be a perfect fight for that. He's younger, taller. You know, he's at that point in his career where he's trying to prove himself. So it should be a stiff test. But I say again, if Earl is himself, that's not a very difficult fight for him. After 3 or 4 rounds, I think Earl will be able to, once he get on the inside and start working good. I don't see it long before him knocking this dude out. I mean, Erickson, Lubin, there's a lot of guys that I think Earl is a better fighter than that ain't had no problem touching that man, touching him. So I just see Earl having no problem putting his hands on him. Now it'll be how can but Earl gonna have to take some too. It's going I don't see it being realistic that you get around that height the entire night. You know what I mean? He's gonna have Fundura will have success at in spots. There ain't no way around it. And like I said, I think that'll pretty much let us know exactly where Earl is at. I don't think Earl knew him and Derrick James was having problems to around I say around the first of the year, because if y'all remember, after the fight, when he asked for when he put in for the rematch, they had already discussed before they fought Earl and Crawford that whoever won the rematch would be at 154 pounds, and I think if I remember when Crawford said if they had the rematch, it was going to have to be at 147 pounds again. And that was the end of Earl talking about that fight, if y'all remember correctly. And that's because I think he felt like he gave Crawford everything he wanted in the first fight. And, it probably seemed like, disingenuous or just kind of, he just probably felt like it was kind of messed up if he was gonna try to get out like that. And I think that was the last time Earl mentioned that fight. That was the last time he mentioned it. Now, I believe if he beat Fundora and they set the fight up at 154, he'll go ahead and take it. But I really believe that's a lot to do with why he ain't talking about it no more. You know, uh, and I think Crawford did that because at the time he really didn't want to fight him again. Not for no other reason than he was trying to capitalize off the win and get the Canelo fight, which you can't get mad at him for that either. I could see it. I could see both ways. I really can. I could see both ways in it. You know, you should be a man of your word, but most people not. And you don't find out until you take them at their word for something. That's just how that goes. That's a learning lesson for some of these young, for him in life. You know, you can't, a lot of people just, a lot of people not a man of their word like that. And I mean the video is out there on YouTube, so I already know what people gonna say. But I mean, just spitting facts. A lot of people don't like facts. This is why I think we ain't heard nothing else from him. I don't think he nowhere close to scared or didn't want to fight. He didn't. But he definitely didn't want to fight. They had at 147, but that's what he had to take it at because that's what it was for. But he said he wasn't fighting at 147 almost. So once Crawford started that, and I think it made me think. I just know I heard Jeff Mayweather say it first, and the very next day I heard Crawford say it. Cause at first, just like he had no problem with doing it at 154. But Mayweather, I'm not saying this is why it happened, but I just remember Jeff Mayweather saying if he did it, he would, would make him come back down to 47 again the very next day. Bud was saying it had to be at 147. That was the last time you heard Earl say anything about that fight. I have not heard one more word since he said they would have to do it at 147. I think that's when he just said, "Okay, I see what it is." And it ain't. But he should have went in that raid the first time. That's all. That's what I would say to that. But I think they had a lot to do with why we ain't heard nothing else about it. the powers that be didn't put a three fight deal together to not even get two of them. I guarantee you that. But with the first fight going the way it did, they have to build it back up somehow. And Earl fighting Fundora and Bud taking him a fight uh, with Matterball, whatever that guy name is the perfect way to do it. So we'll see what happens as they go down, as they go on. I don't think Fundora is no threat to Earl Spence, and if he is, then it might be time for Spence to seriously think about it. I like Fundora, but just go look at him fight. He right there. You know, everybody fight have a tee off fest against him, and once again, without that headbutt situation going on, I don't think the fight with him and Fundora turned out the way it did. I mean, say and with Tim Zoo turned out the way it did just because how it looked when it started off. Tim was catching him with some big punches. That was going that would have got ugly after about 5 or 6 rounds of that. After all the blood went down his face, like I said, Tim Zook corner let him down. They should have stopped that fight immediately. But I think people was looking for money. I think people want their paycheck and no fight, no paycheck. That's probably that's how that seemed to me. Ain't no way in the world I left my fight out there bleeding like that every round. There's no way I would have done that. You know, so that was a big mistake on their part. I don't know how, and I think Tim Zoo got a tough fight coming up again. I forgot. I can't think exactly who it is. But I just feel like Fundora really shouldn't be a big problem for Earl. I mean, she give him a little problem, but I don't see Fundora being nothing Earl shouldn't be able to get past. I really don't. And I'm thinking that's why he took the fight. Now it's good money. Now we'll find out. Like I said, if Earl just want one more check and leave. He can't just go out here and say it. So we'll find out when he go in the ring and fight Fundora. I saw Blue Blood had a video, but I didn't watch it about how Earl feeling because unless I hear from the horse's mouth, it don't count. And it that right there to me, I would have to hear Earl say how he feel about fighting. I wouldn't want to hear from what nobody else heard. I would have to hear from him. He would have to come out here and say something about he thinking about retiring or anything like that. I mean, it didn't look like it the night that he got in the ring with Fundora. You know what I mean? So we'll see. He getting in shape pretty early. I guess that's a good sign. So like I said, we'll see. I don't know how long it's gonna take him to pick a trainer. Maybe he got one already. Once again, I keep saying he might have one, just ain't telling people. It could be a lot of things going on that we do not know about. But I will say this: that fight will tell us if he finna hang him up or keep on going. And it won't. I really believe during a training camp we'll be able to see it when it really heat up. You did. If things ain't looking right, it will. Somehow it'll show. So I'm gonna say I don't think he's gonna go in the ring and try to embarrass himself again. I doubt that very seriously. So, I don't see Fundura being no real problem. To be honest with you, but if he turn into one, then we know what time it is. But I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt for right now. The man said he gonna fight. Let's see how he look when he get in the ring. I don't think, like I said, the fight with Bud really wasn't all that bad, but a couple of the rounds. It's just that the rounds that was bad was pretty bad, but Bud is pretty damn good too. When people diminish it, it's almost like they don't really think. Because Bud can fight. Shit. That was always the case. Everybody knew both of them could fight. So I didn't have no problem. I just was a little surprised that how it went down, but I ain't really had no issue with it because these are two A-level fighters. And when you somebody was gonna lose. I remember what Teddy Atlas said, and he said completely right. Whichever one got off first was gonna win, and Bud got off first, and he won. Teddy Atlas called that one, but that's it for me on this video. If you like the video, hit the like or subscribe. Till the next time, it's your boy Spill Dog. I'm out.